It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on a Monday morning, the 25th day of October, 2022. I'm Chillie Falls, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, Central Virginia area, right near Lynchburg. So today, folks, is World Pasta Day. So while we're thinking about it, it's World Pasta Day. Put a little comment, if you would, in the chat room on your favorite pasta. What do you like the best of all those Italian dishes? Now, I like most pastas, but I think probably my favorite is linguine with clam sauce is probably my favorite, but that's my vote for the day. But anyway, today's World Pasta Day, so obviously tonight for dinner, folks, have some pasta. Have some lasagna or have some spaghetti or whatever is what you like the best. Or even better, go out and hug and kiss an Italian today to celebrate World Pasta Day. That would be okay too. All right, ships sailing from the U.S. ports today. Up in Baltimore, we got the American Constellation leaving on a 10-nighter. Down in Galveston, we got Independence of the Seas on a 4-nighter, Carnival Breeze on a 5-nighter. Out west in Long Beach, we've got, that's Los Angeles, Long Beach, of course, Carnival Miracle sailing on a 4-nighter. Down in Miami, we've got Freedom of the Seas on a 4-nighter, Crystal Serenity on a 7-nighter, Crystal Endeavor on a 9-nighter. Port Canaveral, Disney Dream, a 4-nighter, Mariner of the Seas, a 4-nighter. Carnival Elation, a 5-nighter. And in Tampa, Serenity of the Seas will sail on a 4-nighter. All today in the U.S. travel world for the day. All right, in the news today, Hurricane Rick made landfall. That was about a little before 6 o'clock a.m. my time this morning. We'll talk about that a little bit. Carnival cruise line christened the Mardi Gras over the weekend. And something that was I found interesting, complimentary chartered flights and hotels. We're going to talk a little bit about where that's coming from all this morning here on Monday Travel and Cruise Industry News. Tentatively tomorrow, we've got I say tentatively, but a chat with Sharon Beauvais on Virgin Voyages cruise. And from our buddy Elizabeth on location. Yes, folks, we have another port quiz for you today. So there is the photo. And you are to guess what port it is. You can put that in there. So that's two things you can put in the chat room, folks. Tell me your favorite pasta dish that you like, whether you make it or you go out and buy it. It doesn't matter. And then we've got a port to name. So y'all, and I'll try to get over in the chat room. Goodness, we've got a whole gang in the chat room already today. Good heavens. Okay, so let's knock the important stuff out of the way first. And that, of course, is the weather. We've talked a few days about Hurricane Rick, and I'm probably the only person in the world that's been talking about it. The Weather Channel this is another one that they just pretty much ignored. Of course, they're looking at that wacky system bringing weather into the up northwestern part of the United States. And I don't blame them for that, obviously. And that's going to come across and going to wreak havoc across the Rockies all the way over to probably New England before the week's over with. It's going to be a pretty massive system, bring a lot of rain to areas that have had none forever. But anyway, I've been following, because it affects the cruise industry, Hurricane Rick. Rick made landfall along the coast of Mexico just east of Lazaro Cardenas. Satellite imagery indicated the center of Rick made landfall along the coast of southern Mexico, about 15 miles east of Lazaro Cardenas, with an estimated intensity of about 105 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure was estimated from earlier reconnaissance aircraft data at 977 millibars. So the last numbers I had on this, it was about 15 miles east of Lazaro Cardenas, about 35 miles northwest of Zihuatanejo, Mexico. See, Elizabeth, did I get it close to right, even though I've stumbled at first? Zihuatanejo, Mexico, about 35 miles northwest of that. 105 miles an hour when it hit landfall. The center of Rick made landfall on the coast is now moving inland over southern Mexico. Data from the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that the winds have increased to about 105 and started rapid weakening as soon as it had hit landfall. So it's forecast to dissipate over the mountainous terrain of southern Mexico tonight or tomorrow. It's a very compact tropical cyclone. Hurricane force winds extend about 25 miles from the center. Tropical force winds only about 80 miles. So it's a small, tight storm, but it had a pact. And I have not gotten any damage reports yet on landfall. Of course, there's going to be a lot of power outages and all that thing in that area. So we're just going to have to wait and see as actually how bad it was. So, all right. Carnival had a big celebration over the weekend. They did the naming ceremony, the christening ceremony for the newest ship, the Mardi Gras. It's the first naming ceremony in the U.S. for almost 2 years. Shaquille O'Neal, Carnival's chief fun officer, attended the festivities. He also cut the ribbon on his first Big Chicken restaurant at sea, which debuted on Mardi Gras when the ship began cruise operations July 31st. Kimberly Jimenez, Miss Universe Dominican Republic, had served as the ship's godmother and officially named the ship. And she was joined by Miss Universe Andrea Meza and Miss USA Asaya Branch, who sang the national anthem for the event. The event included a World of Nations flag procession to celebrate the 120 nationalities of Carnival crew members, as well as a Mardi Gras parade with a second line band. Of course, we had some remarks from Duffy and Carnival Corporation President CEO Arnold Donald, Carnival Friends partners Romero Brito, Emerald Legacy, Kathy Lee Gifford, Vanna White, and Guy Fieri congratulated the ship on its naming and assisted in bringing the champagne bottle to the proceedings. Godmother Jimenez blessed the ship in both English and her native Spanish and smashed the champagne bottle. So it was now official that the Mardi Gras is christened. Parade was led by Duffy, Donald, and O'Neal that capped off the festivities in honor of the ship's name. Mardi Gras is the first cruise ship in the Americas to be powered by LNG, and that's a good thing for the cruise industry. So, by the way, I've been getting really good reports from folks on Shaq's Chicken restaurant, the Big Chicken. They're doing some breakfast there, and then they've got like 4 or 5 things on the menu for lunch. And I keep getting reports all the time that it's really good. So next time I'm on a Carnival ship, I'd like to be on the Mardi Gras once. Okay, gonna have to try Big Shaq's Chicken. All right, now this is the one that kind of surprised me this morning, folks. Crystal Expedition Cruises announced that guests on Crystal Endeavor's inaugural round trip, there's another one I'm going to trip over. That's Ushuaia. It starts with a U and it's down there in Argentina. Ushuaia. There we go. Ushuaia voyages in Antarctica will receive complimentary round-trip chartered air flights between Miami and Ushuaia, Argentina, as well as hotel flights in both cities. See, the second time around, folks, that's just how smooth I went over that, like I know what the hell I'm talking about in Argentina. Crystal Expedition Cruises is the only expedition cruise line that provides nonstop charter flights from the United States to Ushuaia, Argentina, for guests on Antarctica voyages. How about that? Crystal Endeavor, the world's newest and most spacious polar-class expedition yacht, will begin her inaugural Antarctic season with 8 voyages from November 2021 to February 2022. Ranging from 11 to 19 nights, departing round trip from Ushuaia. Crystal Endeavor, which travels with a fleet of 18 Zodiacs, 14 sea kayaks, and 2 guest plus a pilot submersibles, offers daring and immersive expedition experiences led by a team of veteran guides and naturalist experts. All-inclusive fares for Crystal Endeavor's inaugural Antarctic season begin at $9,949 per person. Elizabeth, I feel the big one coming. They begin at that. So, hot air time, you got 10 grand laying around. Well, it'd be 20 grand for you. And Cindy wants to go 20 grand. How about that? I'm sure a lot of you guys will be standing in line. Interesting. All right. Not a whole lot of news this morning. So let's go see who's yelling at me. Hot Air Tom is here. Also, by the way, let me do this, but let me flash the port up again so you can see that. Where the hell am I? I'm over. That's right here. Flash that up again so you can guess on that. All right. So now let's go back over here. Hot Air Tom is here. Hey, Elizabeth's with us. Buenos dias. She says from Cozumel, already 88 degrees there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Boy, it's going to be a scorcher today. The east, Elizabeth is in hell. Oops, that's a bit east of her. Laugh out loud. Carol's with us. Hi, Carol. Tom Henry's here. Let's have some lasagna, he says. Sonny's with us from down in Mississippi. Hi, she says, morning to everybody. Hi, Sonny. Let's see. Elizabeth's favorite is Penne. Oh, there she goes with these names. I'm going to flash it up. I'm not even going to attempt it. Her favorite is Penne al Arababana from Civitavecchia. Civitavecchia. Say it, Chillie. Hi, she's screwing with me. That's what she's doing. Civitavecchia. There we go. Wow. All right. Elizabeth on location is screwing with the fat man this morning. Just want to let everybody know that. That's nothing unusual. Nikki says, good morning, everyone. They're in a Lyft car creeping through Queens traffic, heading for JFA and home. It's going to be 75 in New York City today. Oh, that's right. They've been up there in New York. I forgot about that. Yeah, heading home today. Kenneth's with us up in Pennsylvania. Kenneth and Robin. Okay, his guess would be St. Martin's, and my dish would be manicotti. I like manicotti too. That's good. That's a good one, Kenneth. And St. Martin's is wrong. That's incorrect. Tom Henry's cruise countdown is 27 days. We can complete the final step of check-in next Sunday. That picture looks very familiar. How about Hamilton, Bermuda? Damn. Ding, 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 ding. Tom gets another one right. You're pretty good at these ports, Tom Henry. Yeah, that's what it is. Hamilton, Bermuda. And Elizabeth at once upon a time lived there briefly. And that is the scene walking from her apartment. And you can see the port in the background there as she walked down toward the ships when she lived there for a brief period. So Hamilton, Bermuda is correct. And Tom Henry once again has the correct guess. I wonder has Tom Henry figured out a way to cheat on these? I wonder. Man, he's getting all of them. Of course, he's been everywhere. So Jack's with us. Greeting from Conroe, Texas. 77 and cloudy in Conroe. Elizabeth says, I got Ziwataneo. Well done. Okay, thank you very much. At least I got one right. Civetta Vecchia. I have to get that. That's not the way I normally sell it, but you threw me a clinker and I screwed it up. Oh well. Let's see. Tom Henry says, I see Nikki like my laundry comments. No crowd in a Carnival Pride laundry room on a nude cruise. I really think on the Pride it needs to be a gay nude cruise. A Carnival Pride. Okay. Whoa, I was a little slow on the uptake with that. Sometimes Hot Air Tom's brain doesn't work in sync with mine. Okay, I see what you were saying there on that one. And no, I am not planning on going on a naked cruise anytime soon. That's not in the offing. Nikki says, Tom, you are too much. I agree. Sonny likes spaghetti carbonara. Does that has shrimp? I think. I don't know. Seems like I have had that before at some point in time. I was married to a crazy Italian woman for a long time, and they cooked the old-fashioned way. They were Napolitan, that's from Naples, and so I learned a lot about Italian cooking. Unfortunately, I never learned much Italian, but anyway. That's the southernmost city in South America. I was there in March 2020. Yeah. That was when you tried to steal the penguin and put it in your suitcase. I remember it well. Emily's with us. Hi, Emily, up in New York. You got some bad weather heading your way later on this week. Sonny's with us. Oh, Sonny was with us before. She says, oh, Tom. She's talking about Tom's comment again. Tom Henry says, that's pricey. Yeah, that's pricey. That's the cheap one. Just think if you want to get a suite or something, how that would be. Emily says, Hot Air Tom, have a few things to do. Have to leave in a bit or two. Okay. Emily says 72 degrees and cloudy up there and outside of New York City. Yeah, Sonny says, Hot Air Tom Smarty Pants. I agree. Hot Air Tom says, after visiting Hamilton in 2019, I bought a coupon book for ferry tickets. Have not used the second ticket yet, waiting for our next cruise in December and then back to back in June 2022. Elizabeth says, I'm going to have to stump Tom Air with the next one. Yeah, I've got one for tomorrow that we'll see if he's how good he is. Yeah. Oh, my pick is identified as Amigo Chillie. You know what? That's because I didn't change it after the Cruise Amigos yesterday. I have to do that every week. So we'll do that right now since you pointed that out so I won't have it screwed up all week. And yes, I had completely forgotten that and didn't notice it this morning. And now that's fixed. It's back to Chillie Falls like it's supposed to be. Thank you, Jack. You know, I'm always going to screw something up. It's just in my DNA. Tom Henry says, Elizabeth, do we need to get someone else to guess correctly? Yeah. Carol likes Naki Ramana. I'm not a big Naki fan. My niece does Nakis here every now and then, and I'm not a huge fan of that. That's probably my least favorite of all the Italian dishes. Now, some of them, I mean, when you get down into the hardcore stuff like tripe, and you know, I'm not going that way. But yeah. Tom Henry said that trash picture. That was a chewing gum picture, Tom. It wasn't a trash picture. That was a chewing gum picture. That did stump him a little bit. All right, guys. I have to go to therapy today. PT, pulmonary PT is on my agenda. So thanks for being with me, you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow. If you're new to this channel, appreciate thumbs up anytime you want to give them to us, or thumbs down. It doesn't matter as long as YouTube knows somebody's paying attention. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, would really appreciate you doing so. We do this 6 days a week at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time and cover all facets of the travel and cruise industry. Would like to invite you back to join us anytime you want and take part in some of our craziness as we try to do every day. So I will see everybody tomorrow, same time, same station. For now, this is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.